On social media, you do, and do. Until one day you stop and wonder, does this still make sense? Because until you analyze everything as a whole, you don't actually know if what you're doing is aligned with your goals or not. And that's where a social media audit comes in. And today, I'll show you how to use it step by step with this free template that you can use for you or your clients. Download it from the link in the description and let's get started. When you open it, you'll see three sections: the social media audit template, the data, and the competitor analysis section. The last two, which are data and competitors, are going to be your workbook. That's where you're going to collect all of your information. Then inside the audit section, you're going to shape and organize everything so you can clearly see what's working, what isn't, and where you can improve. Okay, let's look at the data. The first thing you're going to look at is how your account is growing and how your content is performing. Here in the community part under the overview, you'll add how your followers are growing in the last 2 months. And here you're not just going to analyze it for the number itself, but to understand if your account is either growing, which in this case it is, or if it's staying the same as last month. In the next post, you're going to add how many posts you've published, its total reach, its total interaction, and the total views of your posts under the platform that you want to study. And this gives you a pretty clear snapshot of how your audience is performing. And a good thing is that you can pull all of this data directly from Metrical. All you gotta do is go into Analytics, click the social media platform that you are analyzing. In this case, we'll go to Instagram, and you can easily put the date that you're analyzing this data on and quickly add all of your data from the analytics dashboard into your data template. That way, you can just have everything in one place and you don't have to be jumping tab to tab to get all of your analytics. Okay, now that is ready, it's time to go network by network. In this case, we'll start with Instagram. And under this section of the tab, you'll see that the information that you have to collect is separated into 3 blocks. First, you'll have the community. Then you'll have the content overview, and in the end, you'll have the general content performance. And again, a good thing is that you can gather all of this data from Metrical's dashboard. When you have all of that gathered from your dashboard, let's go ahead and fill it on our tab. Okay, so let's start with your community. Who follows you? Where are they from? What age groups stand out? This is key to confirming whether you're reaching the people you want to reach or you're actually pointing to people that have zero to do with your industry. Remember, your brand has a clear target audience. And here's where you can spot whether your social media audience actually matches or not. With that being clear, let's analyze your content. First, we'll have the overview, which is where we're gonna put how many posts you've posted monthly, the posting frequency, and what are your most used formats. Again, you can go into Metrical's analytics dashboard and gather all of this information. With this already spot on, let's move into the next step, which is going a little bit more in depth into how your content is actually performing. Okay, after we have the data of your metrics on Instagram, for example, per month, you'll see which formats are actually giving you something to eat at the end of the month, or which ones are maybe not performing as you expected. And with this, I mean adding the total number of how many, let's say, posts, carousels, or reels you post monthly, how many impressions you have on each, the reach, the likes, the comments, you name it, everything that you pretty much have to study. And then once you're done with these, you can literally copy this block and then repeat the same thing over and over again per platform. Data, it's done. Now it's time to analyze your competitors. And if you're thinking, oh, Isabel, but I don't want to copy them, I don't want to copy anyone, don't worry, because what this does is that it helps you compare your account with others and then understand whether your performance is above or below theirs. And of course, it also helps you to uncover new opportunities. Okay, but you might be wondering, so how do I analyze my competitors? No worries. In Metrical's analytics section, you can actually compare your competitors for pretty much every platform out there. Let's say that you want to start putting the data for Instagram, okay? No worries. All you gotta do is go into the analytics tab, go under Instagram, and then go all the way down. Once you find the list of competitors. Once you're there, you're going to be able to see pretty much all of the data so you can study them and see why they work. Let's say that you want to do Nike. Okay, you go into more stats and you can see everything that they've published, when did they publish, all of the likes, the comments, and all of the interaction that they've had so far. I actually would highly advise you that you track 3 main things: how many followers they have, how many times they post, and how does their community interact with them. And also at the end of this section, you'll find the do's and the don'ts. Under do's, all you gotta do is write opportunities that you think will feed your brand. And under don'ts, you can note trends that don't align with your process or that clearly aren't working for them. That way you don't do them for yours. Okay, now that we have these 2 things, data and competitor analysis, it's time to give it shape. Now you're gonna finally enter into the social media audit section to our template. And yes, this will be the document you'll create for yourself or you can download to send to a client. Okay, so first you have the executive summary. Once you're here, the first thing that you will find is first quick links, because who wants to be scrolling from here to there? But then you'll find a quick overview of everything that we gather on the data section. It's just gonna be prettier and more organized in here. Then comes a part that I personally love, and that is showcasing your 3 best performing posts of the month. That way you can understand why did they perform best, and for you or your team or your clients to understand your explanation behind those 3 top performing posts. If you want to have them in a visual way, it's pretty easy to do that. Once you're here, all you gotta do is go into a section, and then let's say that you want to copy a good performing post on Instagram. Well, in that case, all you have to do is go into Instagram. Let's say that I think this was a great performing post. You're gonna go under the 3 dots, click copy link, and then we'll go back to our template. And then here you will copy your link, and once you have it copied, you're gonna click on embed, and then you will be able to visually see your best performing post. Now that you're done with this, we're gonna go into the SWOT analysis. And this is where everything starts to click, because you're gonna review everything that you just studied and you're gonna transform it into strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What are you doing well? What could be better? What external factors you should keep on your radar? And yes, you can absolutely lean on insights that you find from your competitors under the competitor analysis section. And then from here, all you gotta do is repeat the same section per platform. Organize the data, make sure everything is up to date, and draw conclusions so you can refine your next steps. And voila, we have a social media audit ready to go. You can export it as a PDF, or you can share the link of the social media audit template to your clients or to your team. Or even better, you can save it for yourself. Remember, this template is completely free and you can download it at the link in our description. I'm also leaving you the link to create a free metrical account. That way you can gather all of your data in a heartbeat. And if you want fresh ideas to put into action in your strategy, take a look at this video where I walk you through the latest trends on social media. Tell me in the comments what you thought about this content, and I'll see you next week for another video of social media tips, updates, and trends. See you in the next one, Metric Cooler.